All right, I think we are live. Welcome to the Smart Money Team Hangout, home of reverse banking, which is the strategic approach to rapid debt elimination. So if you have a debt, whether it's a mortgage, student loan, auto loan, credit card, and you want to get rid of it in record time and save thousands and thousands of dollars in unnecessary interest payments to the bank, then you're in the right place at the right time with the right broadcast, because each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we share with you the most strategic way to eliminate your debt. In fact, what we do here is we leverage cutting edge technology combined with advanced banking strategies that most people have no idea exist. We have people who have 30-year mortgages who are paying them off in, on average, 5 to 7 years. Can you think about that for a minute? You just signed the closing papers to your home, or maybe you just refinanced it. Why, I don't know, but maybe you just refinanced into a 30-year mortgage because you were trying to reduce your payment because those interest rates sounded really, really great, right? But now you're still gotta go through the rigmarole of trying to pay your debt off over another 30 years. Well, guess what? This broadcast is for you, because we're going to show you and share with you how you can leverage our technology in order to pay off that loan in on average around 5 to 7 years. So thank you guys for joining me. My name is Charles Noor Jr. I'm your host. And if you are new to the show, thank you for tuning in. And if you are a returning viewer, listen, we love you as our fans, right? Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to share with you what we believe is some critical financial education. Now, if you're new to the show, this is what we do. Normally at the top of the broadcast, we do roll call and we kind of try to find out who you are and where you're actually living at, or you're on the East Coast, West Coast, and we tell you to drop your location in the comments or whatever else you might want to in the comments, just to let us know that you are watching, and so we can give you a shout out on the air. But I've got so much information I want to share today. I'm going to keep it moving, but that doesn't mean you can't drop a comment in the comments below while we're live. And, you know, if we don't get to them today, I promise you, we'll get to them, you know, at some point and answer the whatever it is that you have in the comments. Okay, whether it's a question, a concern, an issue, whatever. Okay, we will address it. And if you are checking this out as a replay because you didn't get an opportunity to check this out live, then just put hashtag replay in the comments below so we can still see that you did check out the broadcast. You just couldn't catch it live for whatever reason. All right. So who is the Smart Money Team, and why do I preach about this each and every Wednesday? Well, the Smart Money Team is just a group of ordinary people that I basically shared information with, who saw the light and understood that, wow, there's a way that they can pay off their debt and save a lot of money. Yes, that's who the Smart Money Team is, just average, ordinary people. All right, we're talking anywhere from, you know, mothers that are stay-at-home moms to, you know, military folks to law enforcement and firefighters and all other kind of first responders. And listen, you don't have to have a financial education, you know, like a degree sitting on your wall to be a part of what we're doing, because we're on a crusade, my friends. We are on a crusade to eliminate or reduce debt and poverty in America. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it one individual, one family, and one community at a time. So we are trying to get our message all across the United States of America. Because if you see me do this broadcast many times, you know America is hurting. We as consumers, as citizens of this great country, are at an all-time high with our personal debt, and it continues to skyrocket. I mean, all you have to do is look to your left, look to your right, and guess what? You're going to find somebody who is in debt. I don't care what kind of debt it may be. They could have a mortgage. You know what's funny? I talk to people and I say, you know, they say, I saw your broadcast, but I'm completely debt free. Oh, really? Okay. Well, congratulations to you. You got a home? Yeah. I said, are you paying anything on your home? Oh, yeah, I just got my mortgage. Wait a minute. Didn't you just tell me that you were completely debt free? Like the mortgage doesn't count towards being a debt. When in fact, the mortgage for most people is the largest debt they will ever have in their life. You can't discard it. All right. Mortgage debt is debt. And you need to come to grips with that. So if that's the only debt you have, great, but that's still debt. Now, most of us have more than just a mortgage. I know I'm talking to somebody out there right now. I know that you have more than one debt. Most of us have a mortgage, student loan debt, auto loans, credit card debt, furniture loan, personal loans, business loans, you name it, we have it. In fact, you probably didn't know this, but on average, statistically, individuals in the United States of America average having at least 13 debts. 13 debts on average. That means a host of credit cards, like I said, mortgages, student loans, all loans, you name it. But 13 is the average. And you don't think that the message that the Smart Money team has is needed? Come on, folks. This message is going to be here, and we're going to keep preaching to you until you get off the pot and decide to take some kind of action, because you are hurting your future generations. Because we should be building wealth, but instead we are building debt, a legacy of debt. What are you passing down to your children and your grandchildren? You know, there's other pillars of wealth building that I'll talk about, and maybe I'll skirt on some of this tonight. But you know what I really can't understand. All right, because if you know better, you ought to do better. That's the old saying that many of us have come on. And if you know better, you ought to do better. But yet and still, and I'm going to talk to the Black community for a minute here, we are terrible when it comes to passing down assets. We pass down liabilities. We pass down debt. When are we going to wake up and start passing down wealth, building wealth for our families? Well, it starts with education. You got to know some things. And then when you know the things, then you got to take action on them. Okay? Because if you don't take action, it doesn't matter how much you know. You can be as smart as, a genius, all right? It ain't going to matter, okay, if you don't take action on it. Too many of us wait until we're in our 40s, our 50s, before we get it, before we realize, oh my gosh, I should have done something a long time ago to pay off this debt, this mortgage, this student loan, this auto loan. Instead, we decide that it's more important to spend pretty much our natural life working ourselves to pay the bills. All right, now don't get me wrong, there's going to be expenses that you may never get rid of. You own a house, completely own it, you're never going to stop paying taxes, or you're never going to stop paying insurance. All right, those are expenses that you're going to have to live with. Utilities, you got to have electricity, water, and sewer. You got to have that, right? But that's something I could live with. It's the debt that you're paying each and every month, overpaying, quite honestly, to the bank. That's the issue. It's this thing called an amortization schedule. The amortization schedule is the bank's playbook. It is by design, to help people like me and you stay in debt. All right. It wants to keep us in debt. That's what banks and institutions like the banks do. They want to keep you in debt as long as possible so they can make the most money off you they can through the form of interest. All right. Why? Because that's what banks are in the business to do, to make a bunch of money. That's why they exist. Not to service you and I and help us get a car or help us get a house. They're in the business to make money, period. End of discussion. Now, getting back to my earlier point, when it comes to the Black community, right? Listen, and it's not just the Black community. There's a lot of communities out there who the information I'm sharing probably applies to, but I'm just going to talk about my community because I'm from that community. So when we get better at actually handling our finances, we will be more powerful in other areas, from politics to business to whatever. But right now, we can't do that. We don't have a voice. And the reason we don't have a voice is because we don't know and understand our economic power. And the reason why we don't understand our economic power is because all we do is create a bunch of debt, not a bunch of wealth. It's a fact. I mean, there's study after study. There's the wealth gap. Just Google stuff and you'll see what I'm talking about. But we can change that, right? And it starts with taking control of your financial situation and getting yourself out of debt as fast as possible. And then going and getting more assets that you can pass down, like rental property, all right? With passive income stream tied to that, right? Own a home, rent it out, that income stream becomes passive and can be passed down from generation to generation. And when that home is paid off, guess what? That asset can be passed down from generation to generation. Just like debt can be passed down, so can wealth. We need to do a better job of attaining wealth through real estate. And it's so easy when you leverage a system like what we teach here at the Smart Money Team. Leverage technology and advanced banking strategies to pay things off quickly, build equity faster than you ever thought possible. Listen, I'm a proven case. I'm a witness. Buying 3 or 4 houses completely off in the same time frame. Some of my friends are just getting to the 15-year mark on their 30-year mortgage and still got 15 years to go. And I've already got 4 homes completely paid for with my current income. Nothing special. How is this possible? Again, the technology and the system we have that most people have no idea exists. And we share it for free. I share it on Facebook for free. If you want to know what it is we're talking about, all you have to do is drop a comment below saying info, or message me directly, or get back with the Smart Money Team member who invited you to check out this broadcast, because they thought enough about you, they care enough about you, that they want to pass on some critical information to you so that you can take advantage of it. I mean, I often give this analogy, right? If you're in the market for a flat screen TV and you go to Walmart and you find one right there for $1,000, right? It's got everything you want. You're probably going to buy it because you know you're in the market for this flat screen TV. But when you get that thing home and your friend says, "Hey man, where'd you get that from?" Walmart. How much? For $1,000. Okay. Do you know they have that same TV at Best Buy for $500? Would you not be mad at your friend who you've been talking to for months about buying this flat screen TV for $1,000 that he didn't tell you to go to Best Buy and get it for $500? Same TV, right? You could have saved 500 extra bucks. And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to save you a lot of money that you're going to be giving away unnecessarily to the bank in the form of interest over a period of time, some of you up to 30 years. And here's a sad fact. Most of you, unfortunately, because you don't listen and you're hard-headed, you're not going to get it. Most of you are going to end up never owning your home. Never own it. You'll never have your home free and clear, simply because you do not want to get educated and take action. The 2 things that you got to do: educate yourself, then take action. You got to do both. So, my friends, if you want to increase your net worth, if you want to stop giving all the banks and financial institutions more money than they deserve, right? Then you need to get with us. Find the system that we have, take a look at it, let us run your numbers and see what can be done for you. Unless you're like, in my analogy, you just want to be the hard-headed person who pays full price for something when you can get that same item for half price or more. Maybe you can get 75% off instead of 50. So I hope some of this that I'm preaching to you tonight actually penetrates your mind and your heart and your soul so that you take action. And if you want to be a part of our crusade, because we're always looking for people to help us get this message out, then get back with the person who said, come check out this broadcast Wednesday night at 7 p.m. because there's going to be something said that's going to pierce your soul financially. Get back with that person and say, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to see if I qualify for this system Charles is talking about? Or what do I need to do to join your crusade? Because really, we want you to join our crusade. Because you join our crusade, guess what? You're going to get yourself out of debt in record time. I guarantee you that, because you will be using our system. But what's great about being a part of our crusade against debt and poverty in America, what's great about it is you are also going to generate income. And you're going to make a significant income doing what I think is super fantastic, which is you're going to create an income stream helping other people eliminate their debt. What can be more rewarding than that? Helping some family get rid of student loan debt so that they can plan their wedding or start a family. What, helping someone who may be already elderly be able to finally pay off their mortgage so they can pass on their home to their kids or their grandkids. What can be more rewarding than that? Oh, I know there's a lot of stuff out there. Trust me, I have been approached with everything from cosmetics to jewelry to supplements, you know, magic pills and juices and other things that are related financially, but nothing, I promise you, is more lucrative than what we are sharing here in the Smart Money team. Rewarding and lucrative. I'm talking about the ability to make job replacing income without building super large teams and, you know, going to hotel meetings and home parties and all that kind of stuff. You can do this from the comfort of your home, like I have done over the past 15 years. So my friends, if you really want to make a change financially this year, increase your net worth, build wealth, increase your assets that you have, and reduce your liabilities so that you can pass things down to your kids and grandkids so that when you die, they don't have to assume your mortgage payment. If that's you, then I want you to take action today. Tell me in the comments if that's you. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you're tired of, you know, just not being where you want to be financially, you're ready to retire. If that's you, say so in the comments and let us on the Smart Money team embrace you on our team and welcome you to our crusade. I promise you, it's a heck of a ride. You will love it. I haven't worked since 2016. That's when I retired from the military. And I will never work for somebody else again. Not because I'm not passionate about certain things that I like, skill sets that I have. I just don't ever want anyone else in control of my time anymore. You see, people think a lot of times it's about the money, right? But most people understand I'm not flashy like that. It's not about the money. It's for 99.9% of the people on our team, it's probably not about the money. What it's about for us more than anything is to be able to get control of our time back. time that you can spend with your family, time that you can go on vacation, time that you can go to class reunions, time you can do things like mentor boys girl clubs or girls clubs, or time to go to church and volunteer at organizations that you would never been able to be a part of had you not freed up your time. You see, more money allows you to have more time. And that's what we want to do for you on a Smart Money Team. How are we going to do it? We're going to show you how to leverage cutting edge technology, a system that 99% of the people out there have no idea exists. I've been talking about this for 15 years and people to this day still have no idea that they can pay their mortgage off in under 7 years. I mean, sign the papers today, 7 years later, 7 years later from the closing, you could be potentially debt free. And I'm not just talking about your mortgage. We're talking about throwing in your cars, your credit card debt, and student loan debt, all that, all that. Imagine what your life would be like if you no longer had a mortgage payment or student loan, auto loan, credit card debt. Imagine what you could do with that money that you would have been given the bank, but now it's your money. Would you invest it? Would you use it to retire earlier? Would you save that money? Would you pass it on to your kids or your grandkids? Would you build a college fund for them? Or maybe you would just pursue a higher education yourself and not have to worry about scholarships or borrowing money for that education because you could pay for it in cash, right? That is what we are talking about, changing your financial landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at my time. I know that I've talked a lot tonight, and I don't even know where I'm at, but I'm going to go ahead and close this broadcast tonight, in the hopes that I have reached you in some shape, form, or fashion. I know many of you probably saw a second or two of this and just clicked off and said, "Oh, this guy, what is he talking about?" Or, maybe even my own friends. But you know what? I'm debt free. I'm hoping that you will be debt free at some point, whether you listen to me or you get it from Dave Ramsey or whoever else. You got to start somewhere. But what I'm telling you and the information I'm sharing with you is like having Dave Ramsey on steroids, because we leverage technology. All right, technology. Think about how technology has changed our lives over the course of our life. I'm talking about everything from 8-track tapes to now we stream our music. Stream. We went from cassette tapes to CDs to records and stuff, and streaming, getting stuff off the internet. And what about phones? Oh my gosh, we went from dial-up phones to where we are now with a phone, a smartphone. I mean, who would have thought 20 years ago that you could take your phone and not only make a call with it, but you can also take pictures with it, do video with it, go on the internet with it, stream music with it. Who would have thought that? If you would have known then about that technology, that it would make a difference, think about how it could have impacted you in your life. And that's what we're trying to tell you. The same kind of technology, people are leveraging it right now in order to pay off their debts much faster. I know it may sound like it's too good to be true, but if you think about what I just shared in the form of what technology has done over the years and how it has evolved, what makes you think that someone smart out there wouldn't create a technological system that can help someone get out of debt faster? It's been around for 15 years and people still don't know. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the broadcast tonight. Again, if you thought anything I said was powerful, please tag a friend, share this across your social media platforms, and let me know in the comments what hit home and why. And if there's a topic that you want us to approach that we can maybe bring to your attention on another broadcast, drop that in the comments as well. All right. But just remember, our focus is to completely eliminate or reduce debt in America. And we're going to do that one individual, one family, one community at a time. And we do it through leveraging advanced banking strategies combined with our cutting edge technology system that, again, a lot of people have no idea exists. So that's what we want to share with you. And if you want to find out what it'll do for you, get back with the person who invited you to this broadcast. And if it was me, get back with me and let us run your numbers to see if you qualify and see if it will work for you. I mean, what do you got to lose? Your mortgage? Your debt? I hope that you guys will join me next Wednesday, same bat time, as they say, same bat channel. And I'll be looking forward to talking to you about how to eliminate your debt and join our crusade against debt and poverty in America. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the night, and I'll see you again next week right here at the Smart Money Team Hangout. Take care.